This video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
all right, welcome to MME Live. I got my friends here, Brian, master of MME Live, and Ryan. We're gonna have some real talk. It's gonna be a little bit different because listen, I always say Ryan knows. I think Brian, we can agree. Ryan knows more about DC and what's going on than me and you. That's why.
I try to keep my ear on
as a subject matter expert.
Yeah. I do want to address the chat. We will not be talking about, 2 cents on nonsense. Some stuff is so much nonsense that's not even worth bringing up. And it's just looking for attention. And some people only exist because of Zack Snyder. Think about that. And they just want something off of his success. So Brian came up with a great thing back a few months ago. Block the haters. The hate's going to increase the closer and closer we get to it. I think it's a more relevant thing now than ever, Ryan. So,
they're waiting for people to feed in. It's kind of like they're going fishing. They're fishing for what they are hoping is Snyder cultists, right? People to come out and bash and whatever. The best thing to do is to not say anything at all and just let them die.
I mean, we're talking about like the garbage of YouTube Doomcock. Doomcock gets covered on other sites, which is ridiculous enough. No one's going to cover this nonsense. It's just going to, if you let it go, it's going to go. Don't just let it go. Why did I start doing
Why did you start that?
I don't know. Don't click that.
Well, it's like, how do you get rid of a troll? You take away their food. You know what I mean? So it's like,
right. Don't
give them anything to feed on.
Trolls. Don't feed the trolls. Listen, Zach's a successful person. Some people only exist on the internet to comment on other people, and that's it. Like we try to focus on positive stuff too. I like to call out bull crap too, but when it gets to a certain point and it's all crap, let it go.
Yeah.
We are going to have an interesting conversation about the hurdles that the Snyder Cut might face, and other possible reasons besides the WB execs that don't like Snyder's vision. And what I've taken from Young Justice back in the day. Just because it's a very successful story and it's a really well done and it's more adult doesn't mean it's worth it for other factors like merchandise and toy sales. Young Justice, it was I haven't watched the new seasons because they're not as good to me.
Right. Season 3 is not as good. I don't think I finished season 3 to be honest, but season 1 and 2 are awesome. I loved them.
Well, a lot of decisions are made because of what's selling. I don't know. I was hoping Enos would come in here. I don't know if he knows any of the toy sales for Batman v Superman. And honestly, I don't need to see a brighter Superman and all this. But if you think about how much plastic junk you have to sell for merchandising opportunities with films, even though I think this is going to be better than any film DC is doing on its own without Zack's vision. I don't know if the merchandising sales are going to be, or the opportunities are going to be there as much. Even for, unfortunately, the Justice League, the movie was garbage, but the toys might have been brighter colors, and I don't know.
Sure. You have to take in consideration like the Joker movie, right?
Yeah.
Some of the executives were, when they were pitching the movie, they were like, "Hey, we make Joker pajamas for kids."
Right.
And they were like, "Well, this isn't a Joker movie for those kids. This is a different iteration of
the
Joker.
Target audience is a little bit
different. Target audience is different, so they're not trying to get these, the toy sales for the Joker movie, and they're not trying to get the toy sales as much for the Snyder Cut movement or for the Snyder Cut fans.
For the
they have the collectors, what are they? Like McFarlane, line, which are really ultra detailed, and everybody loves to collect them. And some people leave them in the box for display. Some people take them out, and put them in display cases and things like that. So, I mean, that's their target audience. This is more of a quote unquote mature. That's why the Snyder Cut has just been released, or it's just been put out there that it's going to be rated R.
Mm-hmm.
So this is obviously, if it's rated R, it's not for children. Now, children will grow up watching these things, and they'll, you're going to have a fan base that is going to grow up with this, with these movies here, this narrative. But again, I don't mind somebody else coming in, at the same time as Zach, or even after Zach is done, and give us the bright, hopeful Superman that sells the toys, or the bright, hopeful, Aquaman that has blonde hair and missing an arm or something. Bring it. Quit lying to us and telling us that it's it's a multiverse and whatever, and not produce anything. Get up off your butt and produce it. The one thing I do like is that it seems that Jason Killar is sort of grabbing the reins a little bit more and saying, hey, you guys, this end fighting, it's making us look bad as a whole.
Yeah, it has to stop.
It has to stop. And that's why he went to Hamad and said, hey, whatever you need to do. And so he went and apologized to Ray. Ray said, hey, you don't apologize to me. You got to apologize to all the people that I represent.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got him. And so he's got a long trek ahead of him to make things right. So, and that's just one facet of it. That's just Ray Fisher's, situation. Zack Snyder, he's got a different, situation that he's working on. We're getting so close to the release of this, the trailer, which is going to come out in 12 days, or 11 days now, because the day's over. And then you've got, the actual movie coming out in 40 days, right? It's 40 days until we get that on the 18th. So yeah, I mean, you've got all these.
The film geek so close to 300. Get him to 300. I think I invite him on the show.
That's awesome.
I checked out his channel. I subbed recently. So that's one. I have 3 things to consider. I think we have our work cut out for us. I really do. So I mean, there are some things that break through even when it's more mature, like the Dark Knight trilogy. I think the toys sold well enough that it wasn't just the film. It was, part of it was the Heath Ledger thing really pushed merchandise. There were so many T-shirts with Heath Ledger on it. Yeah. So many collectibles, so many action figures. But that was also PG-13. It was a hard PG-13. Mm-hmm. But you have to consider that beyond all the other nonsense. We always examine the agendas of the execs at WB of what they want. They want to take over. They want notoriety for doing the next Vision. When Zach had a plan. They still don't really have a plan.
They're trying to figure it out the best way they can, and keeping their narrative. Still using elements of what Zach has brought, but then try to put their own spin or their own taste or their own Marvel-esque, what sells. Disney knows what sells, and that's the only good thing that Disney has brought is that they have a niche. They have a niche, and they play that very well. It wasn't until maybe the second wave, third wave, or whatever of movies that I was like, man, they're using the same cookie cutter, formula in all their movies. It's a different hero, it's a different villain, and pretty much the story is pretty much the same. They move things around here and there, change things up for the love interest or whatever, and bam, they spit out a new movie. They just call it something else.
Chubby Teddy wants to know if he thinks Toby's Emmerich's job's on the line. He's asking you, Ryan. It could be, I think.
Toby's job being on the line. Toby, from what I hear, is nothing but a yes man.
Okay.
So whatever Jason is telling Toby, he is going to do. Is he worried about his job?
If you reach out to me on Twitter and you want to come on, you could come on for a few minutes. I remember because I said you can have you in the show. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, if Toby has done anything unscrupulous, then of course, yeah, maybe his job is online. But Toby's thing is he's making money, and the company loves that. One thing that on Enosh's channel, he had Robert Meyer Burnett on, and Robert Meyer Burnett he was saying, he made great points. I mean, I love RBM, or R&B rather, but he made some really good points about Toby Emmerich. He understands, he's an artist himself. He understands how these movies are made, and that is an insight that these companies really need. They brought Hamada over because at New Line, he knows how to make money. And so he came over, one of his first projects, made $1 billion, Aquaman. And then he also greenlit the Joker movie. That was also under Hamada. He made he made $2 billion off of 2 movies. And then, and I mean, they stand for themselves, Joker is still an entertaining movie to watch. And it's not really the Joker from the comics, but it is what it is. It's its own thing.
It's like a psychological thriller. You know what I mean? It just happens to have the Joker in it.
Yeah, right. It could have been. They could have not had the Joker in it at all.
Yeah,
no green hair.
Story.
Yeah. It could have still been a very interesting, fascinating story about how this guy created a false reality and his exploits, and that's it. Because there was no Batman, there was no Commissioner Gordon, there was nothing really Gotham except for Gotham. It could have just been New York, which pretty much, well, I think they filmed that in New York, either that or Chicago, I can't recall. But the and then the Aquaman movie, they went totally, the thing that made Aquaman the most money wasn't the story, although I like the what's Orm versus Arthur. It was a huge aquarium that people went to the movies to see the spectacle.
Yeah,
because the CG was beautiful.
Oh yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And that's what I like most about it. That's why I went back and I saw it in IMAX, because it was awesome. I wanted to be enveloped in that little universe, and that's what a lot of non-DC fans, just kind of general public, went to the movies to go see that for, was just so take your mom, take your grandma, whatever, so that they can see something that they don't normally see. It's not a romantic comedy. It's not a a Fast and the Furious action-packed thriller or whatever. It was something interesting. It was something new.
Well, here's Goldman. He's not following the DC news as much, and he wants to know, what are you guys do if the Snyder Cut sucks? And I'm just going to say that's not possible, and that's not a fanboy speaking. It might not be the most amazing movie ever, but it's not going to suck based on this history, unless he completely whiffs it. I mean, come on, Zack Snyder really hasn't had a bad film. Sucker Punch, people might say, is bad, but I still enjoyed it. He has a vision. He goes for it. He's gonna deliver on the action that has all the superheroes in it, and it's got Darkseid. Maybe Darkseid when we finally, and I just don't see this, but for example, if we get Darkseid and it's such a small role, or who's the guy that plays him, the voice,
Ray Porter.
Yeah, if Ray Porter, it doesn't sound right to you, or it doesn't match, that might be a letdown, but it's not gonna suck. Yeah, I don't see the first of actual Darkseid on screen is going to suck. It might not.
I think there's going to be so many. I think there's going to be so many elements of this film that there's going to be something for almost everyone in this film. It's a 4-hour flick, so it might the pacing of it might be a little slower, just because of a lot of exposition. But I think it's, from what I know of the film, it's a very fascinating concept. How he's orchestrated this universe to work, where a lot of things depend on other things to sort of collide, merge, mesh, whatever. But yeah, I don't think the movie as a whole will suck. I do could not meet expectations for sure. I don't see it actually sucking. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'll admit it. But I'm going to give it a review like I do on all my movies. I'm going to tell you the things I like. I'm going to tell you the things I don't like. And I'll give you my overall impression of it, right? So, I mean, there are a lot of things that I don't agree with, creative choices that Zach has made in Man of Steel and also in BVS. And I'm sure that I'm going to have the same critiques for Justice League.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here's one more Goldman question, then I'll get to the other 2 points I have of why we have. There's a big hurdle for the Snyder Cut. I've examined it. I've said, let me examine, have an interesting conversation. Not to let my being critical of the movement or the movie is not. I'm rooting for it. It's just to examine. We have to try even harder. We have to go even harder when that new trailer comes out, and I'll give you the proof of why based on something else. The Goldman, wasn't there a job plan to do 3 Justice League movies? Do you think this movie will be more of a concluding story, or more like an Avengers where there's a possibility if it continues? I'm unsure. If it's gonna,
go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, there's hope. Like, I think we can all hope that it continues, especially like if they do it miniseries wise on HBO Max or something like that, where it's not really involved with Warner Brothers as much, to where it's not going to get interfered with. I could see something like that, but honestly, it really just depends on how it turns out. Like, but like Max says, I think we have to get behind it and push.
Yeah. Well, okay, so basically from Zach, he has stated that his movie is not going to change. Every cliffhanger at the end is going to be there. It's going to be intact. The Flash is moving on to the Flash movie. From this movie, he's going into the Muschietti's Flash film, and he's going to go in the past, and he's going to screw with time and all that. But from this movie, Ezra Miller is going to be in that movie, and he's going to, that's going to be a continuation. Batman is also going to be something that, has a narrative where Lex Luthor hires Deathstroke, who's now in the movie, we know, and the nightmare sequences as well as Jared Leto's Joker, which is also the nightmare sequences, and they will both be playing a part in that narrative. And then you have what is it? I know that they were going to have some things with the Lantern Corps moving into the Green Lantern Corps movie. So there was a lot of like open-ended directions that they were going to take things, and he said that he's just going to leave it as is, so that this isn't going to be recut and just sort of be a bookend to his trilogy, Man of Steel, BVS, and Justice League. So could they continue? Yes, but it all depends on fan reception. It all depends on general pop reception. So I mean, if the numbers aren't there, if the people aren't there, if the interest isn't there, then he put out his 3 movies. You can put those on your shelf and watch them at any time. And then, Warner Brothers is going to continue to make their films.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's the other 2 things I'm concerned about. That there's the Firestarter fans are here.
Good evening.
There you go.
Good evening. How's everybody?
We're good. We're talking real talk about the hurdles that the Snyder Cut is going to have to overcome to reach mainstream success. One of them is merchandising and toys.
I was going to add on to the toys bit. Remember growing up and they had Aliens toys, and they had Predator toys, and then they had RoboCop toys. Yeah, I mean, all those movies were R-rated movies and stuff like that, but hell, I remember watching RoboCop when I was a kid. I didn't really understand it until I was older, but it was one of those situations. And hell, they even had like a cartoon show. So I mean, to say that it's an R-rated movie and they're not going to sell toys from it.
To reach, yes, but this is the level of. I see your point there, Brian. Excellent point. But these films cost a lot more to make than even the Predator, and there has to be. Oh, here's Enosh. Yes, Enosh, but those are more towards the collector. When you make with these big projects, when you're paying big salaries for big actors, there has to be a lot of merchandising and a lot like all the special effects. I mean, these are big. The budget's big for the Snyder Cut.
Well, it's like BVS. I mean, they had a shit ton of BVS toys.
Yeah. But you have to sell a lot of plastic. That could have been another.
You're gonna have these kind of toys. These.
If the movie takes off,
the toys like these will still come out.
For
the but then you're gonna have like Enoch said the collectibles that are like, super ultra detailed and ready for display and all that.
Well, fair enough. It's going to sell to the DC mainstays, but if you want to get to the general public, I do. And compared to MCU sells a lot of toys.
No, because all you got to do is put the Superman S on it, and kids are going to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. Kids are going to buy Superman stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, here's my second point. I got to get to the second point. Unfortunately, we're talking about the general public, normies. When they see it and they start it, even though they're going to start watching it, they're like, did I watch this already? And click off. It's a strong possibility. We're not going to do that.
Oh, it's going to start off completely different.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's a possibility that the normies, the general public, are like start watching. I think I see this a couple years ago. They don't know Zack Snyder's name.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about visually. It's not going to start with the visuals the same way. It's going to start with Bruce, out in the Arctic on a horse. And that's how the credits are going to start this time.
Well, the same reaction would come with similar scenes. Like, haven't I seen this before?
Oh, you're talking about okay. I get what you're talking about.
Not just the beginning.
You like the actors, the superheroes, the suits. I think we might sometimes. You cannot give the general public too much credit. Sorry.
They're going to be like, I didn't like Justice League.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're like, what's this? Zack's Justice League. And then they'll start watching it, and they might not even realize that it's a different intro. They just be like, okay, whatever.
Sure.
That's years ago, so they might be like, isn't this the same movie that I saw years ago?
Okay, so that's my number 2. And then the biggest hurdle is going by the numbers. Sometimes I just I'm like, how popular is this? I go to, and I'll show you guys. I'll share it.
Rotten Tomatoes?
No. I don't go to Rotten. I go to the views of the official trailer.
Okay.
And all other projects that are coming out. Unfortunately, I'll show you the proof here. Let me get to Suicide Squad first. Share that. We're not going to watch it. We're just going to look. Oh no, I'm doing the wrong.
We're not going to watch the Suicide Squad. We're here for the watch party.
If I had it, I would. All right, so
For the watch party.
Suicide Squad trailer, official Warner Brothers. It's gone almost 6 million views. 6 million views. You see that?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
How many different sources for that 6 million views, though?
Well,
there are a lot of reposts of the trailer.
True, I did think of that. So I only go to the official just to get an idea. This isn't exactly like scientific.
No, of course.
This is just to get it. This is just to get a feel. This is just to get a feel. Okay, now we'll go to the Batman. To see. These are all things that are WB properties to compare. Unfortunately, I think we have our work cut out for us. Okay, so the Batman has 28 million views.
Yeah.
He's like,
so what does that? I mean,
the Batman prints money no matter what.
Right.
Just name only. I mean, it could be the Batman and not even have Batman in the movie.
Okay,
and it would still make a lot of money.
Although that is a lot of views, man.
Yeah, that gauges interest though. Like, how much is this? I mean, we get trending on Twitter all the time because Zach's got a lot of support. But this is when you actually look at the product. This is what we can compare it to now because the film's not out yet. So the trailer, how much people watch it over and over again. I know I watched that over and over again. All right, so I'll take that one out, and I have 3 more. Okay, Dune. I'll bring up Dune next as another WB. This is what I thought was interesting and to examine. I'm trying to think outside the bubble and see how much actual excitement there is for it. I'm excited because I'm talking to my friends all the time, and we're gonna get it. So look at Dune, almost 32 million. Okay, and then we'll get the Godzilla.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the old one.
No, I'm not. 56 million. So this is really going to do good.
And overseas, that thing is going to be huge.
Yeah. I mean, this would have been, it's still going to have box office opportunities, but if they would have waited and released this trailer right before it dropped in theaters when everyone's back,
They need to
this
add
could have
a trailer that favors Godzilla.
They do. They
because
do.
it just favors Kong in this one.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
like
and
Kong
now-
boss to no one.
And now let's look.
You hear that,
at,
Godzilla?
Now, what do you think? Don't look. I don't know if you guys are paying attention. How many millions of views do you think Zack Snyder's Justice League has?
I'm going to say
Oh.
6.
10.
Yeah, yeah.
Are we
I'll
doing
go
like an
with
over/under thing here?
Over-
No,
under?
just
Oh.
no. Just take a guess. I'm going to show you in a second.
big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. No whammies, no whammies.
I don't know, probably about 5 million.
I'll go with 9 million.
Okay. I'm sorry to say you're all wrong.
No shit.
More like
Or, yeah.
50?
Nope.
Almost.
Oh wow, okay.
So this is what I'm saying. Maybe.
And that
Fair.
was released in November.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the other ones and they released in August. So
Not even 5 million. Ugh.
So no, I mean, this is why I say we're not on.
that's a
we're
lot. That's a lot of months of viewing
Yeah.
that the other ones got. You know, like Dune. Dune released closer to this one. Dune is closer to this. Dune was huge, but the Batman that was in August,
Mhm.
and the other one, Suicide Squad, that was also August 20th.
I think it's an indication that we have to be prepared to hopefully I love this trailer. I've watched it plenty of times. When I saw that, I started watching it like 10 times in a row.
Yeah.
Well,
but-
this trailer here wasn't like the other trailers. You
Mhm.
know, as far as this was just a love letter to the fans, more or less showing you these are all shots that he teased you from 2017 until he released the trailer.
Mhm.
He released a black and white, but he also released the color one. I don't know how well the black and white one did, but you know,
Oh,
that's
I
all.
can look that up. Let me see that.
Yeah, I mean, because they released them at 2 different times. Right? No, same day. It was same day. So there was that, and then what was I gonna say? This one coming up, February 14th, should be a regular trailer like the Kong Godzilla, the Dune. It's just it's gonna have exposition. The trailer that you're watching had 0 dialogue, had 0 music from the film. It was just
I can't find the black and white
one.
one.
Okay.
If someone could find it,
It released the same time the other ones did, August 20th or August 22nd. I forgot what day it was, but yeah, I mean, and the one you showed us was in November. But yeah, so they definitely have the opportunity to try to lure the general public this month. I don't think it's going to do Dune numbers. I don't think it's going to do King. Oh hell no! There's no way it's going to do King Kong numbers. I mean, King Kong and Godzilla is like
Those are two.
I mean, that's Titans. I mean, pretty much King Kong and Godzilla are on the level of Justice League. You know, everybody knows who the Justice League are, and everybody knows who Godzilla and King Kong are.
Well, Matt, I thought of this.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, Matt, I beat you to that point already there, my guy.
Right. But I'm not
Just
examining.
kidding.
It would be way too much work to examine. So I just go to the official.
We'll wait
release,
for the results.
the official studio to see, and then take that one because
Stop
there's
the
lots.
count. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Stop the count. No.
Stop the count.
What are you
Stop the count.
What are you writing? What are you
Get the
erasing?
Get the can.
Why do we have people?
but-
Why do we have dead people watching?
I think he's got a really. This new trailer on the 14th has to be something really special. Maybe when you get Darkseid in all his glory, and that's really
I
going to
don't
push
think
the
he's
numbers.
going to overdo Darkseid. I really
I
don't.
don't know.
man.
I don't listen. I don't like. I think Batman
Let's keep
v
it dry.
Superman would have been better if you didn't know Doomsday was in it, and you didn't know that.
Oh, that was on the studio
But-
part for showing that.
But you know what? That got a lot of views. That trailer when they showed that.
Yeah, I was outraged.
So
so
it's,
I had to see
it's
it.
a double-edged sword. Do you show it or you do not? Like I don't from just a little stuff there, I think we have our work cut out for us. I know when it comes out, I'm gonna watch it like 100 times that weekend.
I don't want to see Darkseid. I don't want to see
It-
Martian or another nightmare. I don't want to see the
Okay.
nightmare sequence.
I don't want to see
And-
Joker.
Yeah, I don't want to see Joker.
But you
What?
have to
Too
have
much spoilers?
something that's gonna, push it. Did you see what was in that trailer? Did you see what's in the?
I mean,
trailer?
those are the three things that would
What, Martian
sort of start
Manhunter,
that conversation.
Nightmare.
Yes,
What's the
but
third one?
as a fan, I don't want
Yeah,
to see that.
I'm probably
shit.
not going to
Right.
see the next trailer.
No, I get that. I get. Oh, you're not even gonna.
I know.
I don't think I'm going to watch it.
We have to watch it.
I'm
on
not
our YouTube
watching
channel.
it.
We gotta.
You can
We gotta
watch
You gotta
review it.
watch.
Well, this trailer is supposed to start. It's supposed to the casual audiences.
This is our job.
I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
What do you think, Firewater? Based on the things we discussed, do you think we got our work cut out for us? I mean, as true Snyder, I mean, you're interested, but as
Well,
the
no, I'm
hardcore-
going to watch it. I mean, I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
HBO Max.
Right,
I'm
right.
good. 4 hours is. I don't know if I'll get it done in one clip. That is a long time for me to sit down and do anything other than work. That is a long
Ray,
time for me to sit down and do
We
anything.
will watch. We will press the pause button for
Screw
P
that,
breaks.
man. I'll sit through
Hey,
I mean,
I'm
I
glad
think 4
that-
1 hour episodes would have been better, even if they released all the episodes at once. I think that would have been
hey,
better. I can maybe understand why it would upset the flow of the movie by chopping it up, but I'm excited for it.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I really want to see how they're gonna handle, because I gotta be on Justice League. Like the villain looked like a boss at a Tomb Raider or something, like the original game. Like with the graphics.
How dare you say this about Liam Neeson? He's
does look
a
like him.
fantastic actor.
he should sue.
I have a particularly.
He should sue, really.
Yeah, he should
'Cause
sue. They made
It
him
looks
look bad.
uncannily like him.
I know, right? Likeness.
Well,
but
Kevin gives an interesting comment. I think they just made it public again. I don't think they erased it and re-uploaded it for the views. I think they had to take it down, fix the music rights. And then
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
was-
do that
I
because of
was-
the rights that they
Tyler,
were saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of people. There's a lot of issues with that.
but I don't think they erased it and then re-upload like it's a fresh start. As far as I know, that is a good, interesting question, though. I would have to research that. I'll get back. I'll do research on that another time.
Really, to be honest with you, you know the metric is going to be the trailer that comes out in
Right.
in what
Oh yeah,
12
about that,
days?
Right.
10, 11
right,
days. So
right.
Race this
you're
up
going to
every
get your
couple
metrics
days.
right there. You're going to get a better barometer as far as like interest from the trailer that he's going to release, because it's geared to the general public.
Yeah.
So if that one bombs, then what you're saying,
We have to get over 10
uphill
We
battle.
have to get over 10 million. Yeah, we have to.
Yeah,
get
and when it comes to that trailer, apparently Grace said there will be a Joker tease, and
I don't know if they'll show that in the trailer though.
I don't know. We've already had a Joker tease, so I mean, all bets are off. I'm not banking on any inside information from anybody other than Zach.
Especially Grace, man. Grace is just.
And Grace, she spitballs and she
I don't
throws
know,
things at the
man.
She
cardboard.
she
Like
throws
3
spaghetti
times.
against the wall and hopes something sticks.
Oh, not my Grace again.
Yeah, I can't.
Act like 3
Then
times.
she'll double down on failure because she can't admit when she maybe got something wrong.
But hey, we can all agree on one thing: she was able to interview Zach like 3 times.
Well, that's because she was on set. She was on set for Justice League. She already had that relationship established, and she has an enormous fan base. So why wouldn't Zach use her? He's not going to go to like Campia or anybody else.
Yeah.
He's going to go to her because she has the viewers. So
Okay,
I mean,
sure.
that's just strategic.
He says this. Ray says I have the old trail on my like videos. It's listed as private video, so it
oh,
wasn't
this is
taken.
private.
Well, does it still? Are you still? You can't see the views. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 40
So-
million.
I mean, but that is going to be a big indicator. Is this next trailer how many views it gets? If it gets that general public buzz,
That's
we
what
get things
even
trending.
Warner Brothers is kind of like looking at, because they're the ones that are like, man, they want it to fail.
Yeah,
So
trending,
they're
let's
looking
just
for those numbers, because that's going to tell them, are they back on the right horse? Do they need to put another, Frosty the Snowman with Jason Momoa, sort of article out there on one of the trades to kind of, or even hype their films. Like, oh, did you realize that, Michael Keaton is officially signed now? Because we haven't
Or
heard-
is he?
Well, Kevin, I have to go based on your memory because I don't remember that. But if that's true, I'm glad. That makes it seem a lot better.
let me ask a question, because I am sort of like an outsider here. Why would Warner Media invest all these resources on the Snyder Cut and then want it to fail?
That's
So
what
there's-
I
okay.
asked.
Two different factions. It's the umbrella company is AT&T.
Hey, Nicholas.
Hey,
Oh,
welcome. So Jason Keelar is over AT&T. Toby is over Warner Media, and then also Warner Pictures because he wasn't. They had someone else over it, but then they brought him back, and that's who's over that. So basically, you have DC Films, who their production house is Warner Brothers Pictures, whereas with Warner Media, they have a different production company for their content. So they have no Warner Brothers Pictures has no money invested in the Snyder Cut. That was worked out with their deal. So all the intellectual property stays with Zack. So if Zack wanted to continue, it more than likely would not go into Warner Brothers Pictures unless they, unless they do something later on.
You are
it's their
wandering
company.
along the
They can do
right
whatever the
road,
hell they want. But also, what's his name? Hamada has a lot of dealings with, what's his name? Berlanti from the
CW guy?
So
well, I got to bring Nick and Lex up to speed. What we were
oh yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
Go right ahead.
Well, but I guess in a nutshell, if we could just wrap it up in a nutshell, there's all these different subsidiaries and
So basically,
other
the
companies.
reason-
Why would any company want to release a product for it to fail?
exactly.
So they can
No.
blacklight
I mean,
their
exactly.
business.
Admits they're wrong.
That they are putting a bad spin on things for what reason? That's just so. I mean, to put all this slanderous stuff out there, to try to defame or deface, accusations or whatever, to try to thwart.
Merchandising, like I said at the beginning, merchandising
I
opportunities.
mean, in every step of the way, they've sort of like, I mean, hell, even releasing, they were going to wait for Fandom to talk about Ben Affleck being in the Flash movie, but they,
and then Ray
Ray said something, and they
ploy.
immediately, just kind of put it out there, and so there's a lot of bad blood because of the interactions with these two different.
Yes, it's out.
These two groups. So you have Hamada and Jeff Johns on one side, and you have Zack Snyder and his crew on the other. And they don't want the Snyderverse to continue because they don't think it's profitable. They don't think it's going to be profitable. They want their Marvelverse because they see Marvel's making X, Y, and Z amount of dollars. They got they got $1 billion from Aquaman, which was the closest Marvel-esque movie you're going to get,
Joker.
aside from Shazam. That wasn't that dark, dreary tone that they consider Zack Snyder. And then you have the I forgot what I was saying. What was that, Andrew?
What about the Joker, Joaquin?
Yes, they that was also under Hamada. So Toby is saying, hey, Hamada has greenlit these two properties right here, and each of them made $1 billion. Why wouldn't I back that financially speaking? Why wouldn't I back him? Because he's bringing in the dough. And then, you have this other person over here, Zack Snyder, who, had, atrocities done behind the scenes, things that, people shouldn't be doing as a company, unethical. And I'm
going to have to interrupt Ryan. He's going on.
Yeah, sorry.
But I think I appreciate all the history and everything like that, but I just don't understand. Okay, we're going to release this. Let's hope it bombs.
Okay.
Right.
I'm still not understanding.
Well,
that.
It is hard to understand. One more point,
okay,
Matt. Sorry.
Okay.
But okay, so Zack Snyder put something out, and everyone like AT&T, all Subway, what was it? Turner Classic Movies. Everyone showed out for this. Retweet, like, share, whatever. All these, all the check marks came out. One was missing, and that was Warner Brothers. They didn't come out. They're not highlighting this. They're not.
Yeah,
they're not putting anything out there. They're not helping to advertise.
I think
because
why would they promote?
Go ahead.
First,
forgive me. I'm still not hearing why they would develop it for it to fail.
Because they're
thinking, why would we promote a movie that's already came out in 2017?
Why even? That doesn't make any sense though. Why even re-release it? Just let it die.
Because they're not the ones releasing it.
Well, Zack Snyder had.
They don't have any financial gain.
He kept talking about it. They couldn't deny it anymore. They couldn't deny it. But I want to give big shout out to Nick and Lex. If you haven't subbed already, go sub to them. I'm looking for my I'm waiting for my request.
It's coming.
It's checking every day.
Yeah, I promise. It's the next in line.
Just have Joblo. Nice to meet you, Nick and Lex.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
So go sub to them. And what we were talking about is the hurdles of the Snyder Cut.
Right.
About it being a more mature story, because unfortunately in the history of Hollywood, and Firewater was kind of asking this, why wouldn't they want to be successful? It's not that they don't want money. It's that the opportunities for a more bright and cheery DCEU is way more profitable.
That's
with
what
merchandising, because you're going to get the like the toys, the merchandise, like Enos was in here earlier. Now there's small circumstances where it broke through to the general, like to families. Like everyone had Heath Ledger shirts on when he was the Joker.
Everyone dressed
and that was a darker version, but that doesn't always happen. And why would they want to close up on this? Because it wasn't. I have a strong suspicion they got the merchandise sales in too right away for Batman v Superman. They kind of know when it's released, because when they got a new product out, a lot of the toy sales are a little bit before that. The sales weren't coming in. My opinion, Warner Brothers also has a history of doing this with successful properties like Young Justice. Young Justice, the first 2 seasons, everyone loved it. They canceled it because of merchandise sales.
Right.
No one bought the merchandise.
Yeah. I mean, Disney's Warner's known for canceling good shows like Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
So Ryan says,
was there any like Tim Burton toys when Batman? I mean,
well, that stuff sold. That stuff sold. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was really dark, right? I mean, those movies, those Batman movies.
Yeah, they were. Burton is generally a dark-esque type.
Well, the other thing about it is with toys, though. Remember Star Wars? Like
Star Wars was pretty
have,
dark. I mean, we had brother and sister kissing, for God's sake.
Right? They didn't even have toys until the winter afterwards.
All that stuff, you know.
You know what I mean? So it was like, it could be done. If there's a groundswell,
and then
they'll be there.
The second problem is the Justice League, the gift that keeps on giving. It exists. In general public, the general public might start watching, like, did I see this already, and click off.
I just think that if the Snyder Cut is really for the Snyder fans, and I don't know if that movie's going to create any new fans towards the Justice League, especially because I would believe one of the main studio had said it's a cul-de-sac. You go into it and you come right back out. So what would be the point? And
why would they say that?
I'm still forgive me. It's.
I mean,
they want to release a product, and then there's people that are sort of involved with the product, and they want it to fail. So then, why even release the friggin' thing? I know there's a lot of internet not backlash, but promotion. Hey, release it. Studios tell fans to fuck off all the time.
Right.
So why not do it in this case, especially when Justice League did shit in the theaters?
Well, no, they that's the fact. They did. When AT&T bought that company, they were looking for stuff to put out. So one of the things they had to put out was something that had a ground swelling and a fan base behind it, being the Snyder Cut of the Justice League. So Warner Brothers Pictures released the Justice League. Okay. That's why they don't want this movie to come out, because it's going to basically sink that other movie. So, yeah, I mean, it kind of fights against the Snyder Cut fights against their best interest.
It does, because it ruins the narrative that they were trying to set up, and reestablishing, course correcting the universe to lead more towards like a lighthearted Marvel.
With all their plans.
Also, like I said in the private chat, Warner Brothers doesn't have any financial gain with the Snyder Cut. They don't have anything. So they don't gain financially, so they're not going to put anything out there. They're not going to help their sister company, with the product. Why is that? Why is that you read that about the cul-de-sac? It has nowhere to go. Why would they do that to themselves? That wasn't Snyder saying anything. That was that was the interview with
and that's what is confused. I guess because there's multiple studios under the same head. They're like siblings that want to beat each other up.
It's very sophomoric. at behavior that's going on.
If I'm AT&T, I would be pissed though. I'm
And
like,
that's why, right,
if I were in
exactly.
charge, I'd be like, you guys play nice, and we'll find new people that can play nice together.
That's why Jason Kilar, and that's why people have been losing positions, intellectual property rights, and their jobs. And Jason Kilar has had to step in and say, "Hey, man, we're getting look, the Flash movie. The Flash movie already has negative press because it was supposed to showcase Ray Fisher as a character in the movie, and then he got word that he wasn't going to be in it. Warner Brothers hasn't said jack crap about that. They haven't responded.
You don't even know what this
waiting because they're all
anyway.
waiting. They want to see, is Zack Snyder's Justice League gonna fail, or is it going to succeed? If it succeeds, then this is the way they're going.
How will the general public know if it succeeds or fails?
That the exact same way that they told us how Wonder Woman 84 succeeded.
Keep talking about it.
We don't know.
I mean, if it lands, and people stop talking about.
Well, we don't know the numbers though, right?
Right. There's no Joe Blow or what is that? The movie
Joe Dirt.
No, Joe Dirt. Yeah. Yeah, he's not here. No, where you go look at the box office mojo. There's nothing like that for.
Well, there's going to be no box office for Snyder Cut, right? It's not going to be.
No box office.
See all types of engagement on their streaming.
So they'll have the numbers
Twitter
internally.
Tags and
well, they'll have it privately, but they're not going to publicly release.
Well, if it stays in the atmosphere, like if people keep saying, "Oh, Dark Side," and they keep talking about months, like even just The Last Jedi, love it or hate it. It stayed in the ether for the longest period of time. If people still talk about this all through the summer and early next year, wow, that's how you know. You can't get around it. You can't close Pandora's box. It's open now.
Yeah.
That's the other reason they might have to make a decision right after it open after that first month it's on the service.
I mean, hell, they made the decision for Wonder Woman 3 the same day or next day after they were like, Wonder Woman 3 is already greenlit. And Patty Jenkins didn't sign off on that. Gal Gadot, they might be contracted to her, but nobody's come out and actually confirmed or affirmed that that's happening. So, I mean, they talked about it last year. Hell, they had a roundtable with Patty, and she was like, "Yeah, I have an idea for a Themyscirian movie as well as Wonder Woman 3."
Matt Jarbo's interrupting you, Ryan. He's like, "When did Jason Kilar say anything about like getting Hamada or whatever? Just get this together."
Okay, so from that, I have to preface that is inferred. It is inferred from the tweet that Ray Fisher put out. And if you want, you can bring it up verbatim, but I mean, I can sort of, preface that. I mean, that it was just, he was like, "Hey, don't apologize to me, apologize to the other people that were involved." And that was the gist of his tweet. So if that, I can infer that that Hamada has come and made amends to Ray Fisher, and Ray Fisher's response to that was, "It's not about me. It's about these other people. You need to go apologize to them."
I felt like it's always about them. That's what it felt like when it started back in July in 2020.
No, he's consistently said this is not just about me. It's about the whole crew, the whole crew.
So take that, Matt.
Well, yeah, like I said, I guess maybe I just can't wrap my head around this. It just doesn't make sense.
It's not. It doesn't.
It sounds like it's due to poor management because, like I said, and it seems like which studio released the Justice League again?
What is that?
The Mask.
Warner Brothers.
Which studio released Justice League?
It was Warner Brothers before the AT&T buyout.
Okay, so which studio wants? I'm sorry, let me rephrase. Which studio wants Zack Snyder Cut to fail?
To fail? Same
original
one.
Warner Brothers.
The
Warner.
So now
Warner
Warner
Brothers,
and I hate when companies do this. They have to defend failure. I don't like that.
Yeah.
They have to defend failure because I understand, people have mortgages and I'm sure they have boats and houses and all that other shit.
They should do what Disney does and don't even admit it. Disney never admits failure. They never do.
What the heck?
Yeah, he knows. He knows. He knows.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, he knows what's up.
Yeah.
The truth comes out. Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Jarbo, that's pretty eye opening there, my guy.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that about
that's
you,
a
Ryan.
mic drop from me. I'm I'm all out for tonight.
I'm just messing with Joblo, but no. So then they have to be in the position to defend.
You have a lot of offspring. You have a lot of kids,
which I hate when companies do that because they're going to keep going down the same stupid path. When you defend failure, it's just not good for any business, and it's not good for a studio. It's not good for game companies do it all the time. Yeah. They defend failure regularly, and it's just very frustrating because. It's okay if Justice League was a mistake, just admit it, write it off.
It's all about the spin, though, and that's just so annoying. And everybody does.
Yeah, but spin only makes yourself really feel better. It doesn't get you fed at the end of the day because people will see through that at some point. Yeah, you could get some people kind of hooked and convinced, but for the most part, it's not a long-term success plan. If if you put a turd in a gift box, it's still a turd.
Oh, who's that?
So
it's my dad.
Oh, hey, Dad. Hey, Mom.
My doggy.
Oh, we love having Andrew around. He's a good guy.
Hello.
Oh, sharing your.
I apologize for my foul language. I apologize.
No, don't worry.
The parents are here, and then now Firewater's got to apologize. That's
it's
great.
That's not as bad as zebra cock.
That is true. I did not say that. That was a Matt Jarbo one take there, but it's. Yeah, that frustrates me because it sounds like with the Snyder cut, it could be more than a cul-de-sac, so to speak.
Yeah.
What?
And I guess then if that's the case, then the Warner Brothers studio they might be like, ruh-roh, maybe we should have let him finish it first to begin with.
Was that Scooby?
That was.
I just feel like I don't know, man. Marvel has their act together. You never really hear. Of too many production issues, at least I don't.
Sure.
Yes, they're formulaic, but I'm hooked on it.
You heard like Thor Ragnarok,
Avengers, and WandaVision. Oh my goodness!
Well, Thor Ragnarok. Patty Jenkins left there. The guy Edgar Wright left Ant-Man. They had those two guys, right? The Disney. No, that was Solo. That was still Disney. But yeah, I mean, there's minimal.
It's a well-oiled machine, of course.
It's a well-oiled machine.
There's gonna be turnover, of course. But I mean, they replaced two actors. They replaced Terrence Howard as Rhodey with
Edward Norton.
And Edward Norton.
And Edward Norton, correct. And then, then Red Skull came back as not Hugo Weaving, so I forget the actor's name.
Yeah.
So, but nobody cared about him.
But they have a lot more films, so the margin of error is a little bit different because DC doesn't have as many. But they do screw with all of their properties. Screwed with Suicide Squad, Justice League, and we're hearing Birds of Prey, but nobody cares. And probably and they tried to screw with the new Zack Snyder, Justice League, trying to throw things in there as well.
It just seems like DC movies are just built to fail, like in terms of unless they find their own identity, they're trying to be like Marvel.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Well, they have no confidence. That's the problem.
Well, they're very reactionary.
DC's villains are infinitely better than Marvel's villains, in my opinion.
Yes.
They're much more memorable. Outside of Thanos and Killmonger, I don't really know any of the other villains in Marvel because all I know is that they're just going to get their butt kicked. Well, I like Killmonger actually. He was pretty cool.
He was great. So they killed him off. So that was really smart. They're gonna bring him back. It's like this is wonderful.
They killed him off like Darth Maul. God damn it, Lucas. No,
well, they had a Kevin Feige and Zack Snyder. They just if they trusted Zack Snyder and just followed through with he had the whole blueprint for everything there.
Yeah, we'd already be done. We would already have the films released.
Yes. So
that's the thing. It sounds like Ray Fisher liked working with Zack, so obviously there was no issues there.
I do have.
It sounds like he ran a clean set, to say the least.
Yeah, no. Everyone that I have interviewed or had any sort of dialogue with, whether it be Ray Porter, Ray Fisher, or or what his name, Robert Citrone, or I mean, just everyone.
Oh no, Toby Eberick's in the chat.
Oh, everyone has had nothing but nice things to say about Zack, and they would work with Zack again. And that that little girl Ren, I forget her first name, but she played the Carol Ferris. She said that she'd jump over and do stuff again. I mean, just everybody that I've spoken with that has had any sort of dealings with Zack. I mean, hell, Victor Koo. he loved his time on the set. Everyone has said that Damon Caro, everybody said that he is a stand-up guy.
All right, so I do have some other topics because I try to not just. Well, this is an interesting. Everyone saw here the Joker. Nick and Lex, you see the Joker?
Yes.
Was
only like 6 times.
Oh, okay, 6 times. I didn't watch it.
We didn't watch it 6 times.
Oh, just
maybe 3.
Yeah, but like 4 times.
Okay. Actually, I'm sending a link here to the Isaac the Film Geek. Then we'll talk about the article here. All right, hold on. It's a good article. Oh, I'm doing too many things at once. I still have you on big screen. Sorry.
Hey, Max.
Yeah?
The Toby Everett person saying Snyder's future ends with this cut, accept the truth. The general audience hated Snyder's movie to still get messy on BBS.
I always knew Toby Emmerich was a troll. Yeah. Get out of here, Toby. No.
Well, this was a hit. Get the hell out of here.
Oh no!
Yourself for the
Hamadaverse.
Oh Lord!
It's a lot of Hamada.
Yeah. So we'll go over this article. So Quentin Tarantino recently appeared on a 3-hour. Oh, I didn't check out this podcast, the Empire Film Podcast with Edgar Wright, and spoke about the talk show scene in Todd Phillips' Joker. Subversion on a massive level. Tarantino began by discussing how, while most of the Joker is fine, the talk show scene is where it becomes something truly special. Then it gets to the talk show scene, and you feel the entire atmosphere in the theater change, Tarantino says with excitement. It's not suspense. They are beyond suspense. They are riveted. Everyone in the audience is completely plugged in. The subversion on a massive level. The thing that's profound is this, that it's not just suspenseful. It's not just riveting and exciting. The director subverts the audience because the Joker is an effing nut. Robert De Niro's talk show character is not a movie villain. He just seems like an a-hole. But he's not more of an a-hole than David Letterman. He's just an a-hole comedian talk show guy. He's not a movie villain. He doesn't deserve to die. And then he gets to the subversion. They got the audience to think, what an effing lunatic, and they want something that they normally wouldn't want, and to have Joker actually pull the trigger. And then he says, if you're saying you didn't, you're lying if you didn't want to see that. That's interesting.
It caught me off guard too. I didn't think, I was like, this isn't going the way I thought.
So Tarantino thinks that everyone wanted him to pull the trigger, and he's not really a villain. Robert, it does mess with your head. That scene.
It's like a bully, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I would honestly say like Thomas Wayne was more of a villain in that movie than
he was.
Yes,
he was.
Than anything, and that right there is like subversion, man.
Everyone was.
Yeah, Thomas Wayne is always traditionally like he was like a good man, right?
Yeah.
The Waynes were good people. They tried to help the city out,
and they treated him as a villain.
That's why. That's the only thing I didn't like about Joker. I was like,
why do we fall?
It was a weird.
Why we hate on Thomas Wayne there? But you know what I found fascinating with the Joker is that when he admits to shooting those 3 people, he just called them awful. He didn't actually say, well, they were harassing some lady on there, and then they started kicking the crap out of me. So I shot them. They were beating me.
Right.
I did find that a little interesting. I mean, they were awful. He wasn't wrong, but that's not necessarily a reason to shoot somebody. You know, what is a reason to shoot somebody if I'm being attacked and I may lose consciousness in the middle of this fight? Yeah, I'm going to draw and
he's like,
and hit him.
Everyone whine.
Yeah, but
isn't that
awful?
What's that, Brian?
Oh, I was like, but isn't that awful?
It is, but awful is an all-encapsulating category. You need a little bit more justification for lethal force, in my opinion.
Well, here's the thing, though. A lot of movies don't treat violence this way. I think this is actually the proper way. When you do it the other way, like video games, Respawn, and all this fast action, and it lacks the impact, violence in real life is horrendous.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I got from it, too. That was I love that scene because it upsets me too. And violence.
Oh, even Alfred was a jerk.
We like to see action in these superhero movies too, but sometimes, if you just make it all PG-13, and that's actually a detriment to show violence like this.
I thought it was fine. It was more like a dramatic movie type violence where it's very swift and conclusive. I just thought it was interesting with the way he presented how these people were. And he's not wrong. They were awful, but there's a lot of awful people out there. It doesn't mean they deserve a bullet in their head.
Well, that's a good point.
But also, he wasn't very articulate. You know, he wasn't a what you would normally have as a
no, he's not completely a rational actor. I understand that. I do appreciate that. And he probably tried to explain it as best he could. But I'm wondering if they took that out because there's one theory that says that all of the movie took place in his head.
Yes. And that's kind of what Matt is saying too, that like it's kind of like the Joker's version of what happened. So we don't even really know what happened.
Here's the thing. Arthur Fleck isn't really Joker. Otherwise, we would see him fight Batman in the future.
Well, there is a sequel. Don't rule it out. The movie grossed over $1 billion. Of course, there's a sequel. Get out of here.
I hope they don't ruin it.
They probably will. It's DC. No offense.
The only thing, the only way that I would want to see,
but it's they're going to screw it up. Of course, they will.
I hope they don't, because I hope they keep that ambiguity about it. You know, like, is this real? Is it not real? I want them to continue that, not to just like, oh, hey, we answered the question of last movie,
Joker,
and now we've destroyed last movie. Yeah. So therefore, you know, going forward, no, it's not Robert Pattinson's Batman. The Batman in that movie, okay, the Joker was like in his 50s. Batman was like 8 or 9. Yeah. You know, so I don't think we're gonna see, you know, a 20, 30-year-old Batman battling a 60, 70-year-old Joker.
Get over here.
Oh, my teeth.
Like acting wise. Like, yeah, no.
Ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
What the heck is that thing?
That is awesome. If that's what
Gungans look like that.
Holy crap!
Who wants this?
I love that.
Darth Jar Jar
was for the kids.
Where was this all?
Oh my goodness, Misa back!
Look at that. Can you imagine if George Lucas made the Gungans a villain?
No, but I mean, he should have made him more like this, though.
Yeah. That's a badass.
With that same voice.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you know, I spec.
All right. So go here. We'll go with you guys first. What do you think of Darth Jar Jar? Definite buy.
I think that's just a Gungan. That's not Darth anything. That's a Gungan.
That's a badass.
I love it.
Gungan.
I love a
Gungan, man.
Yeah.
Brian?
Oh no, honestly, if that's what they would have looked like in episode 1, I think people's opinions of Gungans would be a hell of a lot different.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Firewater, you on for this? You want to see Darth?
I would love to see Darth Jar Jar. I love that YouTube series when it's like a video or two where they said like, no, Jar Jar's the real Sith Lord.
I mean, maybe this is the truth. Andrew, Darth Jar Jar, are you on for it?
To be honest, it looks like an improvement.
All right, Nick and Lex, all about the Darth Jar Jar.
Definitely prefer him over regular Jar Jar.
I like the regular Jar Jar.
You're joking.
Oh yeah, Mr. Contrarian.
No, I like
Mr.
Jar Jar, and I also like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3 when he's dancing, because I just think about people cringing in their seats.
It's like I actually liked young Anakin saying "yippee."
Yes,
Yeah.
I like Hayden Christensen going, "I hate sand."
Yeah. Listen, a guy that's hanging out with a bunch of old Jedi is not going to have game. That dialogue was extremely realistic.
Because I am so in love with you.
Lucas should have left the script writing to somebody else.
Are you an angel?
He talks like he was in the Jedi Order and wasn't around women much. You know, George Lucas's dialogue.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
So like, it's accurate.
So Love Is Blinded you?
Yes.
I don't like sand.
I mean, he was uncomfortable. She was uncomfortable. Padme was uncomfortable, right? If someone was delivering those lines, I mean, she kind of just gave in to him at the end.
You're breaking my heart.
Well, okay, you saved my life. It's different.
I like a dinosaur going, Alan.
All right, so here's another main topic. I don't know what to think of this. We got to get
with me. You're my enemy.
We got to get the zebra.
Zebracock.
No, Zebracock.
All right, so Zebracock back in effect.
Expert. I'm clicking the wrong button on this.
The
this
master
topic.
of reface.
I've heard both sides of this. I don't know what to think. there was a popcorn exclusive.
Master of puns.
That Henry Cavill was going to be in Shazam: Fury of the God.
Mr. Signor.
Ignore.
Wow.
I'm just saying there was a popcorn exclusive. That's all I'm saying.
You know, at the end of Shazam, they really should have put Superman in there.
Oh,
well, they did, but it was headless.
What?
Well, I heard the problem is that he had one more appearance in his contract, and he was trying to negotiate, and they wouldn't budge. That's why he didn't want to do it. They didn't want to give him his money. For real.
Well, I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
And you know what? This is Warner Brothers, so they've been punishing him ever since with not announcing a new project.
To be honest, I would like to see Cavill Superman Shazam 2, so he could be like a mentor type to teach him and becoming a hero.
What if we only get him one more time though?
Oh, don't say that.
I don't want that to happen. Yo, go. You're still
do something quick, man. He's getting old.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a man forever.
Oh, really?
I know, but he's old.
He'll always be a super.
I would have loved to have had him after 2013. Just a whole bunch of super.
I need him back. I need more Henry Cavill 8 years. Superman.
Do you think they're slightly punishing him? You know how
Henry?
Entourage, the WB execs,
they're still salty over the mustache, man.
Yeah, they're still salty over that.
I'm mad at Cavill for not shaving.
You know, Paramount.
I would have said Jason Momoa did it. That's what
Paramount was over there.
I would have just shaved it, and it was me. I got drunk one night. Jason shaved it off. Whoops.
Yeah, no, because
oh my goodness,
it's very funny because what they could have done they could have had him shave it and grow it back because dumbass Tom Cruise jumped over the building, broke his leg, and then had to heal. You're telling me that you couldn't have regrown your mustache in the time it took,
but look at that chat. Toby's saying he can confirm Henry will show up in the hands of JJ.
I could run another video, MME exclusive. Toby Emmerich told me directly that Henry Cavill will show up in Shazam.
But look at that. He says in the hands of JJ.
Get out of here, Toby. Get out of here, Toby.
The only positive about that is that's New Line Cinema. So they're not going to mistreat him.
But isn't Danny Garcia Cavill's agent?
Yeah.
She is.
Right, and weren't they like working out a pact with The Rock?
He had lunch with him.
I hope it's gonna
work.
Well,
to be honest, my way of seeing it is that I want to see like Superman's Cavil as like a mentor type to Shazam, like teach him to be a hero while also joining him in a fight against Black Adam.
Well, yeah, like the animated movie. I'd love to see that happen, but I don't think it will happen, unfortunately.
Well, we have to wait and see. Also, I mean, there's going to be different scenes of Cavill in the Snyder Cut too.
He's in the black suit. That slick black suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have some Marvel topics now.
Ooh,
all right.
That's it.
That's it, folks. You have
listen, I'm all into Marvel right now. The WandaVision's just pulled me back into the MCU. It's amazing. That's why I keep telling Nick and Lex. I don't know what you got to do. You got to do a crash. You got to do a marathon of Avengers or something. Yeah. I mean, can someone give Lex just a checklist of what she has to watch before WandaVision? I don't know what.
You'll have to go through Matt Jarbo. He's a Marvel.
Oh my goodness, Max. Max. Now he's saying, "Don't worry, true DC fans. J.J. Abrams will get Superman right, unlike Snyder." I was gonna say,
you just know he's like trolling you, right, dude?
Yeah. But you have to see it. It's so good. WandaVision is so good.
It's fantastic.
I mean, I'm having more fun with that than.
You think JJ's overrated, Brian?
Abso-freaking-lutely. Why does everybody have to slob on him for days on end?
Why do people have to slob over Christopher
when
Nolan?
all he's done is take over other properties and ran them into the ground in the second movie?
This is a Star Trek fan you're looking at.
Star Trek. Rise of Skywalker. I can continue. I'm just saying. Lost. Okay. Think of a bunch of stuff that JJ.
Rise of Skywalker isn't fair, though, man. He was left nothing.
It was trash.
No, I'm sorry. The whole trilogy just. They needed to spend more time on the story.
We need Enosh to come in as soon as we don't want to talk because Nick and Lex gave a great interview on Enosh's channel about getting away from the negative Star Wars.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay,
Let's
but
let
how
it
about
go.
this,
Let it go.
Brian? I feel like Christopher
I'm
Nolan's
okay with the
overrated.
sequel trilogy.
Well,
now.
I don't. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I don't think any of these directors are, unless they're going to come up with their own, like, create their own thing.
Like
Which
M Night
none of them
Shyamalan and
have.
Ding Dong.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
I feel like Christopher Nolan hasn't made anything good since the Batman films.
Well, but that's taking over a franchise. He didn't. You know what I'm saying? If you can make your own franchise, respect. You know what I mean? And
Hell
keep
yeah.
it going and stuff. It's been a while since somebody's done that.
Word up.
And JJ is known for coming in, taking over a franchise, and frankly, the people he has working for him, like Kurtzman, Orky, all those people, you know, they trash
They're
him.
overrated. Did you see
Oh.
Transformers?
Dude, Alex Kurtzman's the worst. And he's in
was
charge of
horrible.
Star Trek. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like, we all have to, you know, dance with the devil every once in a while.
Is everyone okay with Mahershala Ali for Blade? Because
Yeah, I
now,
think he'll do
now they
good.
got
Yeah, he's a tremendous actor.
yes.
He's no
yes.
Wesley Snipes, but he'll do.
I mean, I like Wesley Snipes,
Well,
but I'm
if
ready.
you want to
I'm
see
ready.
Wesley
I'm ready.
Snipes, you can watch Coming to America 2.
Demolition Man.
Oh, is he incoming to America?
Yes,
he is actually.
Oh,
I-
really?
Oh yeah.
Tom Hanks, ballsack. This is from
Dark Knight
Enoch's
Rises.
channel.
Oh, he's come.
Tom Hanks,
Oh,
ballsack,
I
69.
should've said that.
That's a lot of K's.
Dark Knight Rises. Sucks. I felt my personal opinion is no one phoned it in on that one.
Yeah, they did. They phoned it in. I mean,
I mean, it wasn't horrible, but
too.
I don't know
No,
why.
it was. Batman was in pajamas in the Dark Knight Rises. If you see, he was out in the daylight, and you look at his like armor or whatever he's supposed to
Hey,
be
that
wearing,
bat
it's
suit.
bending.
And he was gone. He wasn't Batman for X
Yeah,
amount of
that
years.
was bad.
Well, they're
I
waiting.
could
They
be the
take
one that
over the
takes all the
city.
hits and then he's
They're
gone.
gonna blow it up, and then they just wait
I
for
could
Batman
be.
to come back for months, and no one just does
I could be
anything.
that. Well,
Like no
yeah.
one tries to go help save the city. They
But
all
here's the thing,
wait.
Ryan.
Well, they
When
had
the-
Robin.
Yeah.
Shut up. That was.
Well, here's the thing. Ryan. When it comes to Christian Bale's Batman, I feel like he was at his best in Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Batman Begins is the only movie that Christopher Nolan ever made.
Well, oh boy.
And also, Gotham City looked more like Gotham City in Batman.
Batman.
It did.
Yeah,
because
they look more like
was,
Gotham and
it
Batman
was a
Begins.
character,
Right.
you know.
yeah.
Whereas in Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, it was just Chicago.
Yes, exactly.
He actually filmed in Chicago.
What?
Shocker.
Facts. All right. So, what are your thoughts on this? I don't know if anyone's actually watched the HBO Max or HBO Watchmen.
I never
I
watched
watched a couple episodes and I fell off. Some people like it.
So, does
I
that
just-
make you feel good about the project, or I don't know?
I don't know.
Just not sure. Either way, not.
When we find out
No
you
real
like
opinion.
Yeah. I'll have to see more to determine whether or not I actually care.
Mahershala Ali. All I know is I want to see him as Blade for sure. That's
It
gonna
better be
cool.
rated R.
Oh, that's
I
not-
just don't want to see the bad guy like at the end of Blade 1, whereas like you cut him and he's like two halves and he just kind
What
of
with Deacon
comes
Frost?
back together. Yeah, that was horrible.
Do you think they have to do rated R for Blade?
Of
Yes.
course.
It'd be cool.
It's
It
a
would be
vamp.
something.
The
It's a
Blade
vampire
movies were
movie.
gruesome. I mean,
Yeah.
And you gotta have. Oh, I got an idea. You gotta have Mahershala Ali say, "Some motherfucker always trying to ask it up here."
Whoa, come on!
Oh, hey now. This isn't
Andrew,
movie madness after
Go get your
dark.
parents right now.
What is this?
Right now.
Damn! I mean, your dad
He waited
just kissed
till they
you on the
left the room.
Way
forehead.
to get my stream
And you're
monetized.
sitting here, potty mouth.
Uh,
He's gonna come back with a bar of soap and shove it in your mouth.
Andrew.
No
you know,
son of
I'm trying
mine.
to keep-
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, I know you're. It's the joke's too late. My stream's demonetized now. Thanks a lot, Andrew.
hey Max, I got a dip, man. I'll catch you all later. Everyone have a
All right,
great
man.
evening.
Oh, you too, Firewire.
All right.
We're only gonna go, for a few more minutes. I had
Oh.
2 more topics, and
All
they're
right,
both
let's do it.
Marvel.
Really
No,
So
and
there
they
you
should
go.
have Ryan Reynolds back in Blade because he didn't get a fair shake.
But hey, he got his
No.
fair shake in this Deadpool movie.
I'd rather him see back as
Yeah.
Green Lantern than back in a Blade movie. Ryan Reynolds. But I actually hope we get a new one.
You know, speaking of Deadpool, I bet you all guys heard what Ryan Reynolds said about how before Disney bought Fox, he was gonna have Deadpool 3 be a road trip between him and Logan.
Well, he might have just been messing with people. He does that.
Sure. He's.
I mean,
he's
I
the
would
king
love
of
to see that
trolls.
too.
He does a
but-
lot of things.
Yeah, he is a
He's
troll.
done.
He is a troll. So it's hard to tell if he's being serious or not.
Yeah, because he also said he's in the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
He's Hawk, man.
All right. Well, what are your thoughts on Moon Knight? I don't know much about Moon Knight. I've heard he's like
Luke
a Batman
Cage,
type
an upcoming
character.
Avengers movie.
Moon Knight to fight Luke Cage, an upcoming Avengers movie.
Oh, that means they're bringing that Netflix
and
show back.
Well, no,
No,
no.
New character.
It's
This
a
is
movie.
theatrical.
no, I thought this was a series.
But they
This
are
is
going to
a
have
series
on
a
Disney.
Moon Knight
on Disney
series.
Plus.
And who's the actor that's going to play him? I heard.
Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Do you guys know anything about Moon Knight?
No, but it sounds
I
No.
don't know.
Not too
Oscar
much.
Isaac.
He's a
I
cool
love
character.
Oscar
I like this.
He's a Marvel character.
Oh shit.
Oh, no, Joe.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
He's got the red eyes.
He's pissed.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah. What's going on? My name has been brought up a lot, and I was like,
We're trying to get the algorithm. So
Please don't say that nonsense here with the zebra. I don't want it. Andrew's dropping F-bombs. I don't want my stream demonetized.
Hey,
all I was saying, it was meant to be one word, but I'm driving because I'm doing my
sure.
job.
Sure.
Pissed him off somewhere.
I see Matt cough up a
Hey.
storm a lot.
Man, Ryan, if you start saying subscribe to Zebra right away,
I'm gonna get flooded with.
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm only going to be here for. I just.
what was your thoughts on the topics we discussed tonight, Matt? Since you're fresh in here.
So when it comes to like the hurdles of the Snyder Cut, I agree. It's got a lot of uphill battle to get through. But Wonder Woman 84's success on HBO Max is undeniable, regardless of the quality of the film.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's safe to and they have said that a lot of the people who did subscribe to HBO Max for Wonder Woman I think like 2/3 have actually maintained their subscription. So that's a good sign. Which means that the Snyder Cut releasing as close as it is to Wonder Woman is going to keep people on board for a while.
Mhm.
And so that's good. But other than that, it's going to be up to everybody to really kind of push it.
Yeah.
And, and like be positive about it. And
Yes.
that's going to be the hard thing because you're going to get your campias that are going to come out with that slide like, oh, well, I support the Snyder Cut, although I've never really supported the
I'm a fan of Man of Steel.
I've always liked Superman.
He's the one that notoriously told Zack Snyder to shut the F up. That's what he told. He's
Wait,
like,
he told him to
stop
shut the F up?
Yeah.
about saying that this cut exists. He's like, Can you imagine if Campia had a movie taken away from him?
Ooh,
And then,
he would be
and then Mark
pissed.
Fernandez from Collider said, you can't release it. He wouldn't shut up ever.
Remember how
about it.
freaked out he was about the whole Robert Pattinson workout thing?
And he would have went full Christian Harloff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for one, that's going to require talent, and John Campia is a Canadian. So,
Good.
and look, I'm Canadian too, and I
to
can
Zebra
acknowledge
Talk.
failure.
I did have one more topic that I can't cover because
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, well,
now the views are gonna-
I'm parked now, so I can be on here. I got like 2 minutes, and then I got to go.
Yeah, well,
But yeah.
we'll end the show when you have to leave too, because we got busy
Okay.
people here. Nick and Lex have got to do more reaction videos. They got to get to my music video that I recommended.
You have a music
but
video?
They keep delaying. No. They're very busy. They're very their subscribers are going through the roof. Go sub Nick and Lex. Matt, did you sub to Nick and Lex?
No.
Shame,
man, shame.
You gotta send me the link on Twitter. I'll subscribe, but it's
And to be fair, Matt, we've been sub to you for a long time. So
I
we
know.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Man.
I'm so sorry you wasted your time.
No, Matt does good content. Matt does really good content. You don't?
Not really. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna try. I don't know. I'm bored. I'm so over fighting though, man. Like everything's a fight. It feels like.
Let me
so.
get their channel up now.
Joblo.
People got a few subs. Hold on.
Jarbo,
Yeah.
There you go.
What's your thoughts on the whole Cavill Shazam 2 nonsense?
You know what? I'm gonna follow David F. Sandberg's lead on this one, and
Yeah.
it will happen if it happens. and it won't if it won't. And that's really about it. I mean, like, Cavill was lined up for the first one until he wasn't. And that's it.
What we're talking about, Goldman is subbing to Nick and Lex. You have to do it. If you want to get them on, talk about Star Wars on your channel, Goldman's a great guy. Maybe you guys don't know Goldman's Nick and Lex.
We don't, but we're going to sub right now.
Yeah. There you go.
He put out a very interesting video defending Rey as Mary Sue.
Yeah,
and I respect that because I said that
he's almost at 4K. He was just at 3K the other day. He's up.
Yeah, once you get the hurdle, then that's it.
Okay, so here's Nick and Lex, and here's Gold. I seriously checked him on Twitter, and he was like 3K celebration the other day, and I was
so you're a creeper, is what you're saying.
No, I supported it.
He's keeping tabs on his competition.
No, I like when people get successful that deserve it. Goldman deserves it. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. That's not what Ryan
Zebracock
says, but thanks a lot. And that is why you are replacing Zebracock, the Nick and Lex. No, I love these guys, especially Matt. More Ryan. No. I love them both. They're great guys. Yes, I appreciate you all viewing the show, and pimp your channel on the way out. I think we'll end it. I'm trying to keep it shorter shows because people are so busy right now. Yeah.
It's February.
This month is the beginning of the
coming out too. I gotta get ready. Right, we got to get ready for the Super Bowl.
That's coming out. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch any of it. I'm just waiting for the trailers.
Yeah, same here, Jarbo.
There should be some great trailers.
Who cares about football? I mean, my God, it's
I don't.
You and me both,
exactly.
Jarbo.
And it's gonna be cardboard people in the stands and then cardboard players on the field.
I would watch that.
It's like the old Tecmo Bowl thing or whatever, where the ground shakes and they're like,
dude, this isn't I Am Legend
all over the place. Is that big?
We also got
Matt, you know what I'm talking about.
We got to pimp Brian, Master of None. He is a great supporter of many people's channel, and let me get his channel up.
Oh heck yeah! I played. I got Final Fantasy.
I got to bounce, but because I'm at the restaurant and the order is ready to get picked up. So
all right, bye, Joblo.
I'll get something good.
All right, man.
It's pho. It's pho. I'm picking up pho, and pho smells amazing. Right? And I know it smells amazing. My car always smells great after that, and it's like, damn it, because now I want soup.
There's a food called pho.
Yeah, it's a Vietnamese. Yeah, if you've never had it, you gotta go try it. Yeah, it's really good. It's not processed.
Okay.
I don't know. All right.
Just put some siracha in there and you're good to go.
Sometime this week.
All right, yeah. So
if you haven't already, go sub to Brian. Brian's a great supporter, great friend. He's been with me the longest. I don't know where the hell Sci-Fi Dragon is, but Brian is here to stay.
He's in line to see Godzilla versus Kong.
I wanted to.
He's camping out in front of the theater.
You know what the funny thing is? Nick and Lex. I don't know.
The theater shut down.
We have a friend. He is our friend, Sci-Fi Dragon. He always was like, "Let's talk about Godzilla when there's no Godzilla news to talk about." Now there is, and he's not here.
Yeah, I mean, after we just got the first trailer, no doubt.
Well, he went to the multiverse of madness. So when he comes back,
he went into Earth 23.
Good old Mr. Freeze. Yeah, Ryan's the infamous. There's Mr.
Speaking of Mr. Freeze, sometime later this week we're going to be doing a 100K watch party of Batman and Robin.
Ooh,
I want to join.
If you guys want to be involved in the panel, let me know. I'll shoot it out.
I'll join that, Brian.
I want to see the skates pop out of the bat shoes.
Damn it!
I want to see the back credit card.
The hockey scene at the beginning,
And get to Andrew Casali. I'm not going to put up Zebrafet's channel name until he actually changes his channel name to Zebracock.
Yeah. So I guess put in Mad Matt Vids.
Okay.
Sub to this guy.
Yeah, that's true. We could pimp.
Yeah. You don't have to pimp me. I've got 2 million subs.
Twitch link, please.
Yeah.
Right, Oh, Twitch. Yes, please follow him on Twitch.
Here's Andrew Casali. His channel. Go sub to him. Definitely go check him out. And Where's my mods? Are you guys helping me at all? No.
Oh, sorry, I'm on the panel, dude.
Yeah, they're on strike. Yeah,
Well,
they're
you know
getting-
I
they're
have
getting
problems
ready to
doing
do
two
something.
things at once. All right, Matt Vids in his recent interview with Tommy Tallarico is doing really good. So go watch it. And Saggy Melons is not here.
She was.
Thanks a lot, Saggy.
Is she over on the
Oh,
Tech show?
She might be on Snow Dubs.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna be joining that in a
She was
second.
there.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
joining that.
Thanks, Goldman. Thank you. You're so good at what you do. Now that you're gonna pass me in subs, you come back every 10 minutes. Like, what are we talking about? I'm like, if you would have stayed, I recapped it like 5 times. Goldman's busy making great Star Wars vids. Go check out his vids. He's the most positive Star Wars content on this platform, I think.
We sub to everyone, and thank you to Geek Studios for your comment.
Oh, Geeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good get.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. He stopped by during my playthrough for Final Fantasy VII today. It was good times.
Awesome.
So did Andrew. That was fun.
Okay, I don't know what. Okay. All right. And let me get back to Nick and Lex again. And I can't wait till that vid comes out, and then we might.
done. It's done. We just
No, I know. I'm just joking. And I'm thinking about, why do you hide your subs? Because I don't care anymore.
He's overflowing.
Because it doesn't matter to me anymore, and I'm never gonna grow like I was before, because I've thrown too much heat out in the movie talk. People know who I am, though, and my views are good, my content's good, so I'm not worried about it. It doesn't matter, and people unsub and sub every day, like the same amount of people. It's annoying. I don't even want to look at it anymore. If I suddenly get a big rise, then I'll make it public again, but it's not important. That's why.
we gave you a shout out.
Oh, cool. But I was thinking about maybe doing like maybe me and Nick and Lex do like a little bit of a music thing, like 20 minutes.
Do you have a good
Talking
singing
about
voice, Max?
music. Huh?
Do you have a good singing voice?
No, I'm not gonna sing. I'm talking about other people that are talented, not
He is
me.
the voice of an angel.
Well, Nick plays guitar. Lex, do you play any instruments or do you sing?
You should get Enosh. He's been in the band.
She sings.
Okay.
A little
In
bit.
college?
In the shower.
She's a good singer. She's a good singer.
No.
She plays bass.
A little bit of bass.
A little bit,
but
yeah.
Not
I taught her a little
anything, like I just kind of help him kind of back up a little
Yeah,
bit.
she does the backing
Have
tracks.
you've been in bands before, Nick?
Oh yeah, lots.
Okay. So I'd just like to talk about music. I could even pre-record it here for like 20 minutes, and we can release it on your channel. I'll
Sure.
do it like a Dropbox.
I love music. So, yeah.
Because I'm paying for StreamYard now, and I think you're having you might not be able to live stream yet or something because of.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah, because
know.
of
I
that
was looking
freaking
into that.
strike.
A lot of things are now available that weren't before.
Oh, okay.
So
Because you passed 1K.
yeah, so I was
Yeah.
looking into like the different things, but yeah, we can't, and I don't even think we're gonna want to monetize anyway because
It's
I don't think we'll get accepted because a bunch of like copyright claims and
We have to
different
do out like
things.
movie reviews. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to do
Well, Twitch is a good place if
Yeah.
you're going to do reactions, and they don't take you down. But here is Nick and Lex, and then Isaac the Film Geek. You could come on next time, and I think that's where we'll end it because I there's lots of stuff to do. Get ready for tomorrow, and I
Can't
gotta
wait to
get
see
ready
what
for
movie trailers we get tomorrow.
PlayStation Plus podcast because Matt left me hanging tomorrow. So I gotta get some topics together because he's been he's been the mainstay. He's been getting the job done. So me and Saggy have got to. I don't. And if Nick and Lex are not busy tomorrow, you can drop by too. We'd love to talk. And Brian too. I don't know if you're busy.
Yeah. It depends on what time it is. I have an interview tomorrow at 2:30, but
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, we'll be good.
Skip the interview. 4 people.
yeah, good luck
Is
on
it
that.
something like work related or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, okay. Good luck. Good luck. Awesome.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's where we'll say goodnight. Thanks for watching.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.